Hey, good morning, traders. So, doing an update on BTC. This is the daily chart. Now, I wanted to make the point, you guys, there's a lot of headlines, obviously, around cancellation of Segwit 2, but I just wanted to point this out because I see a little bit in the chat, and this is pretty common throughout the space and community and on Twitter and everywhere else. And it's true for other markets. We've got to get to the point where the headlines, guys, are a lot of times very distracting or smoke. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of news. Okay, so I'm used to trading in markets where we were literally hanging on every word that Bernanke would say, or every word now that Draghi says if you're trading the euro. I mean, it's pretty common in markets to, you're going to get, it's going to be the same for Bitcoin. You're going to have these events that come out of nowhere and move the market, you know. Bitcoin rallied and then it sold off, then came all the way back. So if you're just reacting to the headlines, you're gonna get all twisted up. I mean, I hear some people that we were talking about taking profit at 7,500. A couple news headlines later, they're wanting to buy the same level we just sold. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So what we want to do is be aware of the headlines, but you don't want to get so emotional that you're you know, it's like I see the people that are so distracted. They're over here on this coin, then they're over here, and then they're back over here. You don't want to be running around and just reacting to every single little news headline, because that's the opposite of what you want to do. In the model and the process, if you are buying the bands down here, doesn't matter whatever gets you down there. The why isn't what's important. It's how are you going to play it? Where's your risk? Where are you wrong? What's the cycle? Where am I at on my timing? I mean, we're up 5 candles in a row here. This is a daily chart. You go to a new high, you always take profits on new highs. Okay? Guys, amateurs chase new highs. The professional is taking profit into new highs. So just because whatever the headline is and you get a new high and you start to chase it, guess what? You should have been selling there. You're up 5 candles off a daily cycle low. The cycle's high. That's the right thing to do. Take profit. Doesn't matter what the headline is. And sure enough, the market fails all the way back to the bottom of the bands. Well, if you had been buying the bottom of the bands, you got your bounce right back up. You take profit. So not letting the headlines or the fundamentals or this story or your opinion or this article, all that stuff is just noise. You got to stay disciplined in the process. It doesn't matter what gets you there. You want to just take advantage of those catalysts, be aware of them, but just trade it the same way you would trade it. So nothing's changed directionally, guys. This is why closes matter. This is the daily close. We have not closed below these lows yet, right? Nothing. Nothing's changed. So this headline, that headline, doesn't matter. Directionally, I don't care. Until we break these lows on a daily basis, the market's still holding its bullish posture. Our TMS is still bullish. We're still making higher lows. These are the lows that matter right here. And so this is also why daily closes matter, because you can get an intraday move through it, run all the stops, people that panic, just like people panicked on the up. They all get all excited on the up. I mean, this was a pretty fast move. But people panicking on the lows, and then the market swings right back the other way. Because in markets, you need this pendulum to swing back and forth. And you have to trap. A lot of times the market's going to go where the most pain is. So it likes to trap people on the other side. And then that's the energy to snap it back the other way. You get everybody wrong on one side or the other, and that's the energy that makes it swing back and forth. So I don't know how to say it. It just comes from experience, guys. We can't let the headlines get you all. 1 minute you're bullish, 1 minute you're bearish. You get yourself all confused. It's just like, take a deep breath. What's going on? And what is price telling me? We haven't broken the lows yet. Okay. So, and then I'll just say another point on that. Again, we don't need to know what's going to happen next. The why is not useful. Why we might trade up here to infinity? Who cares? What happens if before we go to 10,000 or 100,000, what happens if we completely collapse 80% first? Are you just going to buy and hold it all the way down to 0, all the way down to 2,000, all the way down to 5, all the way down to 3,500? No. You gotta time it. You gotta manage our risk. So it doesn't matter why the market's doing what it's doing. It doesn't give me any advantage. I just got to trade what is. So the reality of the situation isn't what I think's going to happen. What I build in my mind is very dangerous, okay, when you're in trading, because whatever you fix in your mind is going to play tricks on you, because we give our brainchilds and we give our thoughts and what we believe, we emotionalize those thoughts. Okay, there's an energy that's tied to certain passionate beliefs. You can talk about religion, you can talk about how you feel about your loved ones or politics. There's a lot of emotion around what we believe, and we're gonna feel a certain way, and the ego gets in the way and says, "Oh, I don't want to be wrong, and I'm pretty smart, and I really believe in this, and I'm passionate about it, so this is going to happen because this, not only do I want it to happen, but I'm pretty smart. This makes sense. This is definitely reality." When it's not. If you start scenario building and you start projecting in your mind what's not the current reality, you are going to ignore all the other market information, and you will fight any type of market information that goes against your bias. The same thing, you can take politics, for example. People will fight. They will not want to hear the other side. They're just fixed in their ways, or whatever opinion, or how they grew up. It's just human psychology. So you have to be very cautious not to scenario build. You got to trade what reality is, guys. And reality is right now, you have to say, all right, if the market gives me this particular bullish sign, you just go with it. It doesn't matter. It's, if we can be really bullish, saying that we're going to go to 10,000, but if we get a bunch of red that breaks these lows, you can't ignore it just because you have a bias or because you have fixed in your mind what you think is going to happen. That's how you end up sitting in a position where it just completely draws you down by 50%, 75%, and now you don't in a position with any capital to do any more trades. You can't take advantage of any other opportunities. So we got to get rid of this idea of needing to know what's going to happen next, or being obsessed with why is something doing what it's doing. First of all, you'll never know exactly why. If we get a big break here below and we get a big bearish candle like this, figuring out why or what created it, you'll never know. It could be one seller, it could be one big miner, it could be a fat finger, it could be a lot of things. Not helpful. We just need to know that, all right, we got to be honest with ourselves. We broke our low. This is a daily close. We got to play defense. When futures come online, we can hedge, all that stuff. So let's get away from being chasing headlines. Trade what is, guys. Trade what is reality in the moment. Stay in the moment in your trading, right? No scenario building, no grandiose projections. It's not helpful. It's actually going to hurt you in your performance. So anyways, that's the psychology of trading. We talk a lot about that. My traders that get into the coaching and get into the model, that's the mental analysis. Just as important as being able to read a chart or understanding how the candles function and all that good stuff. Anyway, I hope that helps, guys. That's all you really need to know about Bitcoin right now. Is we're still above 7,000, so it's still bullish posture. Don't be all out of Bitcoin. Your mindset should be, I'm never going to get all out of my position. In reality, I mean, we break a low like this, maybe you go to cash for a short period of time and you get back in on a core piece. But right now, I mean, I like having 50% or taking 75% of my profits and sitting on a good amount of dollars or USDT. If we start to get back above these highs on a daily close, then maybe that's something's changed. But I'm okay with hanging out in dollars. We said get above 5,000, can go to 7,500. Been taking profits up here, and we'll just wait and see. We're making some good money on the altcoins right now, so I'm happy with that. Take some profit there. Now we have a nice balance of dollars, and you just wait for the market to come to you from here. All right? So I hope everybody's got the game plan. Just a little bit of a psychology of trading for you on a Thursday morning.